How are you going to manage all the things you have to do to get things done calmly without any of that stress nonsense? Make a plan. After a while, once you've had that first, I can't cope situation, we know the situations, the times when we could feel stressed, we could be overwhelmed. Interestingly enough, most of the time, and I'm going to say probably as many as 9 times out of 10, that extra thing that gets chucked in, that extra situation that causes us to stop and adjust, we just deal with it. It's if there are too many of them all at once that most people can't cope. But there are things we can cope with. We can plan how we're going to do things. Get that work-life balance right so that you're working to live rather than living to work. And we can take control of our surroundings even when we're busy. So if we're super busy at work with projects, we could leave early to avoid the traffic. Now that means we spend less time travelling and we get more things done when we get there, especially with an early start. I always used to find going into the office early was a godsend. Those phone calls didn't interrupt me, and once I was done, I could go home. Nowadays, a lot of people do have flexi time and the ability to do that. If you do, take it. Here's one that lots of people go, oh, I don't know, I can do that. Learn to say no. If you have people that want to give you extra work to do, if you're one of those people that is busy and gets things done, chances are more people will want you to do more things. So there is a point when the line is crossed and you just can't do any more things. Learn to say no. One of the things that I have discussed with various people, and they've said that it worked really well, is if their boss suddenly turns up with a project that's urgent and desperately needs to be done now, if they have already got a really heavily loaded plate, I would suggest that they say, okay, so could you just help me here? Because I have all these other things that you really want me to do right now. And I can't do them all. So I'm happy to do this. Is there something here you can take away and maybe allocate to somebody else? Or let me know what out of these other things that you want, you're happy for me to leave for now, because I really can't do everything. Begin to push back and say no. Now, that may be counterintuitive to a lot of you. In this day and age, it really works.